One Piece live action season 2 finally arrives.
Despite the season 2 curse, this Netflix show thrives.
Fans are enjoying the ride while critics online call it slop.
It's far from perfection, but the negativity won't make it flop.
Okay, so we are going to discuss the One Piece live action season 2. Now, there are various conflicting feelings about this show, and we're going to kind of address all of that. But before we do, just a disclaimer up front, we're going to go into spoilers. So you have been warned when we do get there, okay? But first, we're going to give kind of our general impression, and then we'll go into spoilers, okay? So first off, it's important to know where we're both coming from. I'm not exactly a fan of the anime. I'm familiar with the story of One Piece for the most part, but I'm more...
No, because I have discussed it with you at length.
Yes, but I also done my own research, and I've seen clips here and there, but I'm not as big of a fan of the anime, so I'm coming in it from a more normie perspective, / someone who's seen what Hollywood and stuff puts out, but like this is a more normie perspective. And my wife...
Whereas I have watched the anime, and am still watching the anime, and I am currently in the middle of the Egghead Island arc.
So we're coming at it, I guess it gives us a unique perspective because we're coming at it from someone who kind of is less connected to it versus someone who's more connected to it. So we're going to kind of give our unique perspectives on it without spoilers first, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
my rating for this season of the live action One Piece from Netflix is a 7.5 out of 10.
And mine is an 8 out of 10.
So the reason I give it a 7.5 is there were some things do not translate well to live action, and they just never were going to. And then some of the acting was kind of stiff, in my opinion, in certain places. So that also detracted from it. And I took half a point off for unnecessary Netflix race swaps, which, to be fair, they didn't take me out of it, but they weren't necessary, and we're not going to pretend they didn't happen.
Yeah, this is true. For me, the points off were for the acting at some points, like you said, and for me also them mixing up, introducing some end story lore early on.
Fair enough.
But some parts of it were good. One was good. One I thought was a really good place to put it. The other one I thought was unnecessary.
And we're going to get into that. So now with that out of the way, our general impressions, we both kind of think it was pretty good. We're going to get into actual spoilers now. So if you have not seen the show or you want to see it, or you're someone who's thinking about seeing it and wants to know more, you could stay. But if you're someone who's wanting to watch it or hasn't seen it yet, then this is your opportunity. Spoiler warning, honey, countdown.
3, 2, 1, spoilers, beep!
For me, the biggest thing that took me out of the show was some of the acting, but also was the fact that a lot of the characters... I'm going to echo something that I saw online that I think holds very true. The show is much better when nobody is using devil fruit powers.
Those are very hard to translate into live action, yes.
So, for example, you'll see on the bottom left, there is Wapple. His ability as a devil fruit, honey, do you want to explain what it is?
The munch fruit. Anything he eats, he can recreate in his body and then regurgitate back out as something else.
Yeah, and the weird part is in the show, like he has this giant hippo mouth that like comes out of it looks very clearly.
It happens in the anime. It does happen in the anime, but Master thought it was very off-putting in live action.
It doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm going to not sugarcoat it, okay? I'm coming at this from someone who likes the show. Some of these things just do not work. No. They do not work.
And
I'm sorry.
And Dalton's Minotaur form also didn't look very good. And neither did Chopper's Sasquatch form.
Yeah, Chopper's Sasquatch form looked like the Grinch. I'm sorry. It looks like the Grinch from I'm imagining he's going to steal Christmas.
Well, considering they do have a Santa Claus reference with that sleigh.
I think some of the casting for this season was spot on. I think some of it was very stiff. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Tashigi, I did not like Tashigi's actress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think she tried hard, but it didn't work. And also, I'm going to be the person to say it, okay? And honey, feel free to back me up here.
Okay.
Alvida. Oh my God. The most unnecessary character ever. Please no.
Alvida is just the first villain, and then she becomes a minor recurring character for some reason. And I'm not sure that actress was right for the role either.
No. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to give the actress some credit. Apparently, so after Alvida eats the slip fruit, right?
Yes.
Is that what it's called? She apparently loses a lot of weight. The transformation is so drastic that they don't recognize her at first. This actress did try to lose weight in between seasons. She actually did. She committed to the role and tried to do it. So I will give her props for trying to do that. Okay? I will give her props. But it doesn't look like that drastic of a thing. I'm not saying that she's fat or anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it doesn't look as drastic. But again, it's a more minor thing you can overlook. I don't think she needed to be there. But again, I think the biggest issue people are finding with this online, people are getting mad and taking clips of, like, for example, Luffy singing to Laboon and whatever, and like saying it's cringe or it looks like AI generated. And I think the biggest problem with this is, as I said, a lot of people are looking at this either one way or the other. There are people on one side calling it a masterpiece. And then there are people on the other side saying it's the worst thing ever and it should die in a fire.
I don't understand why people are so one or the other. Why can't people? I
get it.
Why can't there ever just be middle ground like we're doing?
Because I think the problem is there's a lot of people set in their ways that don't want this stuff adapted in live action format at all. And you know what? I can completely understand this. If you told me this was ending, I would probably be a little upset, but I'd probably get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and then I would just try to convince you to watch the anime again.
Yes, but
or at least read the manga. I mean, I really liked a lot of the things that they did. I think Chopper's absolutely adorable. I was really happy when I got to see Laboon and the Rumbar Pirates and everything that you were looking at me. Look, you saw how nostalgic I was getting when the intro song came on.
I'm going to tell you what I said. I said before, I think this is very good. I think it's probably one of the best live action anime adaptations we are ever going to get. That does not mean it is perfect. And again, the biggest problem is there are going to be things that do not translate into live action. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter how much you try, you're not going to be able to do it. It's just not something you're going to be able to accomplish because there are weird, goofy things.
Because the One Piece world is supposed to be weird and goofy.
Yes. And I'd also, people seem to forget that the anime and the manga are also very goofy. So people thinking that Luffy's cringe or whatever, it's like he's cringing the manga and anime too. I'm sorry, I've watched them too.
I mean, seriously, when he sticks the chopsticks in his nose, when he does his weird dance moves, or when he laughs, or when he's eating meat, or anything, literally, or when he's freaking out over seeing Chopper for the first time. That's literally Luffy. Yeah, the live action actor does a really good job bringing a live action interpretation of manga/anime Luffy. But of course, it's not going to be perfect because in real life, you cannot make those exaggerated expressions that you can do in a cartoon.
Yeah, and let's take a minute and acknowledge I said some of the casting's very, very good. The casting for Mr. 3 was great. For Smoker,
oh my God,
great.
I cannot get over the Mr. 3 casting. It is just too perfect. Same with Smoker. Oh my freaking God.
And Nico Robin was pretty good too.
Yes.
But let's talk about two of the controversial castings. We have Vivi being played by a black woman, as you could see.
As well as Igaram.
And Brooke.
Yes.
So
I mean, actually, I didn't mind the Brooke one at all. I actually thought the Brooke one was pretty well done. So what if his skin is a little darker? When he's actually recruited into the Straw Hats, he's a literal skeleton.
I'm just going to say this, okay? These race swaps didn't bother me as much. Now, there will be people who say, well, any race swap should bother you. Others bother you. Slow down. Slow your roll.
Seriously.
When I say they don't bother me, that doesn't mean I think they're okay. I honestly think that they should be exactly as they were in the manga, but let's be honest here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That was never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's Netflix. That was never going to happen. Anybody who told you otherwise because Oda was in charge, they're lying to you. It was never going to happen.
No.
And I will say the actress playing Vivi did a decent job with the role. I don't think they needed to race swap anybody. I think it was unnecessary and silly. I think they could have just left it.
Yeah. I also think they got the actress for Miss Golden Week was a little too old.
I think the Vivi casting is a justifiable one in a way because of where she's located and where she lives. Honey, do you want to take that one?
Because she is from a country that's literally Arabic. Oh, but we should talk about the casting for her father, King Cobra. There was a scene at the Reverie from when Vivi was a child, and and averted a political war by apologizing to Wapol after he smacked her. But yeah, King Cobra's actor was perfect.
No, King Cobra's actor was perfect, but also I looked at him and all I saw is Dr. Mohinder Suresh from Heroes because it's his actor, the same actor. So I really enjoyed seeing that. But look, I'm going to go on a limb here and say, again, is this a masterpiece? The answer is no. Is it a masterpiece compared to the other live actions that we've gotten?
Absolutely.
Yes, and it's not even close.
Sarah, absolutely a masterpiece compared to all those others.
If you're going to compare this to the anime, the manga, or live action shows, you're going to be disappointed. If you look at this as a live action adaptation of One Piece that has Oda's supervision and approval, then you will enjoy it a lot better. If you're looking at it to be a perfect one-for-one make of it or to be close to the anime or the manga, it's not going to be. However, if you're someone who likes One Piece and isn't going to get too caught up on the CGI or the castings or whatever, you will enjoy this.
I know I didn't get too caught up on it. I was just there. I was just enjoying it the whole time.
Share with your crew, escape life's hell. From spooky memes to advice obscure, here's your dark solace of humor as a cure.